Alrighty, so I decided to put up another short video to show what I do between trips while I am doing that horrible thing called work. So here we are. I take the dogs out here in Samoa Beach. Got a beautiful sunrise coming up. So what we do is we get out here, run the doggies, and I get a little exercise myself. Absolutely love this time of year. Being able to get out of here 5:30, 5:45. And run the doggies and get some exercise. So we'll come out here. When this sand is soft, it's an ass kicker. Gets the lungs pumping. Keeps me in shape for my hikes up in the mountains. Looks like we got a low tide today. Might be lucky and find some sand dollars. Okay, and what I like to do is I like to walk along the wave slope where it's firm, and then I walk back in the soft sand. And that gets me a huffing and a puffing. Beautiful morning. I haven't really had much fog this year. I'm okay with that. You can almost guarantee though it'll come back come 4th of July. There's Kona's about ready to harass Mocha, like she always does. There goes Mocha, and there goes Kona. Alright, so what I usually do is I walk down here to about where the old SS Milwaukee ship that ran aground 100 years ago, I think. They had their 100-year anniversary. You can still see remnants of the ship out there in low tide and the pilings that they use to try to recover it. Alright, so I'm going to be getting on with my walk. One thing that's pretty amazing is that we had a really heavy winter this year, and it brought up tons of driftwood. That little structure right there, that's been it's been here since like January. Pretty amazing that it's lasted this long. I've noticed people just keep adding to it and making it bigger and bigger. This big old guy here, he washed up probably back in February. Now he's slowly but surely, the sand is overtaking him. There we go, better view there. And what will happen is this winter, when the ocean gets rough again, he'll like pop out of the sand and probably go floating around and land somewhere a mile down the beach. One of my favorite shots that I always like to do. Look at that, getting a nice sunset going on here. Another nice thing is you don't see anybody out here at this time of the morning. Except the occasional, I don't know, what do I want to call them? Bum, transient, homeless. That spends the night in the dunes. They come walking out in the morning. Walking out of the dunes onto the beach. pretty tranquil out here. Ooh, may find a sand dollar I have in my collection. I got a rule, I don't pick up the sand dollar unless it's 100% whole. Can't even have a pinhole in it. I actually have several hundred, I don't know, a couple buckets full. Oop, what do we got here? Nope, has a hole in it. All right, little history lesson. So we're coming up to the side of where the SS Milwaukee ran aground 100 years ago. You see over here, these are the pilings they put in to try to salvage the ship. If I remember the story right, it was unsuccessful. And then sometimes you can see pieces of the ship sticking up out of the surf. It's got to be a really low tide. It's low tide now, but today is not one of those days. The sand shifts around a lot, which, like some years, these are buried underneath the sand. You never see them. But this year's an exception. And then if you come up here, this is where you can still see, oh, they might be buried now. Pilings coming out of the sand. Well, there's one right there. They were exposed about 3-4 winters ago. And then that's part of it too there. A little bit of history. It's been 100 years. I think it happened back in the teens. So, all right. Well, this is usually the extent. Look at the size of that old growth log. We get that big log around here. Let's see if you can see that ship out there. I can see it in my eye, but it doesn't look like it's showing up in the camera. It should be right there in the middle. Okay, so that's usually the extent of my hike, especially if I have to be at work. On my days off, sometimes I'll come out here and put in about 5 miles. So that's it. Now I'm gonna walk back on the soft sand, get the old lungs a workout and get the heart pumping. Okay, until next time. Quick little bugger. Oh, what have we here? A little low tide lagoon. I will name this lagoon Samoa Lake. Of course, we'll be gone on the next side. There's the good dog. Here's the bad dog. Somewhere out there. All right, so I'm getting back to the truck now. So all in all, it's kind of like my morning workout, kind of, you know, akin to going to the gym. I don't see much of a difference. And I'll just jump in the truck and go home, take a shower, and get my day started. So, yeah. Alright. And that is my morning routine.